Welcome to this episode of For Calling Birds. This is our final episode of the season. Birds! So sad. And actually, Hayley, it's your last episode on For Calling Birds.
I'm in denial. I'm in total denial.
We're all in denial.
Yeah.
For any new listeners, should we introduce ourselves? Seeing as it's the last one, then we can go back and listen to season 1 and season 2 all over again.
Hayley. And they'll be like, oh, that's who they are.
Okay, so just a reminder, or if you don't know already, my name is Hayley Clapham. I'm a voiceover artist, and I'm a 47-year-old perimenopausal woman.
Oh, yes.
The first person to laugh is the other menopausal woman in the group.
Well, I was just going to say ditto, apart from the name.
I'm embracing those hormone changes.
I'm not.
Sweaty, mad.
Meredith, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, I am Meredith Hepner Chapman, and I am apparently, by my own bio, a PR guru, but that's just complete bullshit. I'm lucky if I have one client. No, I have got a little PR company that I've had for 10 years this year, which is really rather lovely. And I have 2 children, 2 stepchildren, 3 dogs, and I'm also married to Jeremy, the producer, editor, long-suffering. It's a miracle I'm not the one leaving, if I'm honest, because...
You can't see is Jeremy just slowly, silently nodding his head.
Jeremy. No, do you know what? It's actually been brilliant. I love working with him. We're doing lots of stuff together. But yes, that's me. I'm perimenopausal, or just use it as an excuse to be an absolute...
Or just a bit sweaty.
So, yeah. Yeah, I'm a bit sweaty. I mean, the other day... have you found, Hayley, only you are allowed to use the excuse that you're menopausal? Because the other day I did something and Jeremy went, oh, you're menopausal. And I was like, no, that's not your call.
Well, it's like somebody else telling you that you're premenstrual. It's like, fuck off. I am not premenstrual. And how dare you say that?
Okay, amazing. We've got Hayley, we've got Meredith, and I'm just going to say a little hello. Hi, guys. I'm Natalie. I'm Natalie. I'm an actress, voiceover artist, singer. I live in London. I'm 29. I'm 30 this year, guys.
Woohoo!
I'm so
excited. You know
excited.
what, Natalie? No, you should be excited because my 30s were my favourite. You're going to love it. Yeah, you're going to have the best time. It's going to be great.
I'm so excited.
Yeah,
I'm so excited.
Rock.
30, bring on the 30s. 30s are the new 20s, right?
I met Jeremy in my 30s as well, which was lovely.
Yeah, my 20s were rubbish. Well, not rubbish, but I just think by the time you're 30, you sort of know who you are a bit more, and you know what you want.
Yeah.
And I just think you're just so much more confident and self-assured, and you're just gonna have a great time.
Yeah,
and that does then continue on when you're 40. You become even more confident when you're 40.
Bring it
or you just think, oh, fuck it.
And then you get perimenopausal.
Just and then you wish you were back in your 30s again.
It all goes to shit.
So, Stephen, let's hear from you. Our what do we call you? Our resident agony uncle.
That's the one. Resident gay. Hello, my name is Stephen Carter Bailey. This year I'm going to be 39, and I'm kind of thinking, can we just not make it 40? Because I'm getting sick and tired of people going, nearly there, as if I'm about to die.
Well, I heard 40s are the new 30s, so you're in for a treat.
Stephen Carter Bailey. So I had to do this intro the other day for myself, and it was quite interesting saying what I am. So I am a baker, teacher, cake designer, writer, and podcaster.
Ooh!
All rolled into one.
So many.
It's very impressive.
Yeah.
I'm also very pleased to announce, although I think I'll probably have signed the contract by the time this goes out, I am now the resident baking teacher for the Pro Cookery School in Tottenham Court Road.
Oh!
Can we
I have a pro cooker.
Yeah, I'll get you all lessons. Honestly, I do need, how do I word this politely, unskilled people.
Excuse me? I'm very skilled in the kitchen.
You are actually.
I think Stephen's looking at me and Meredith.
Yeah, I think we all know who I'm looking at here.
Yeah. I want to ask you what a pro cook is, but they don't pay our sponsorship, so people can find out themselves.
Yes, they can just Google it.
I've got a casserole dish. Is that the
Yes.
same thing? Yeah.
Well, yeah, they sell casserole dishes. It's a brand, but it's a very.
I'm
good brand.
after new pans actually. Maybe I'll have a look. Anyway,
Listen,
we digress.
40% off.
Oh, great.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Like I need more stuff.
Oh,
Anyway,
Hitting that- Guys, so it is Birds, I should say. It's our final episode of this season, season 2. We've made it to the end of season 2. What has been? Let's talk about our favorite episodes, maybe either to listen back to or just recording them. What do you think?
I'm going to start with and just be a pain because I'm a man. My favourite to record was mine with Sarah. And I'll come back to that in a minute. But my favourite to listen to was I can't remember her name. Fashionista. Sorry, I know them by
Fran Bacon.
Fran Bacon. I know them by their Instagram handle, so she was my favourite to listen to. They were all episodes this season. Sorry, I'm going to just caveat that with all episodes were fantastic. By the way,
tough call.
yeah,
Pick a
really.
winner.
It's like picking a child, although we all know.
I know, we could all do that.
Anyway.
I'm so intrigued, Meredith, who your favourite child is.
No, I call them my pride and joy. One gives me
one of
endless
them
pride,
is your
and
pride.
one gives me let's say the other one gives me joy, not necessarily pride. No, they do. They're both brilliant in their own way.
Brilliant.
And
Brilliant.
they do actually say to me, so if you were Meryl Streep in Sophie's Choice, which one would you pick? They actually asked me that. My two children, they ask me, if you were Sophie,
I don't know
which
that
one would you
reference.
choose? Well, Sophie's
You'd pick one of the
Choice,
dogs, though, wouldn't you?
100%.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
I know which one too.
I know which one as well.
I would run into a burning building to save my dogs.
But not your children.
Well, they're old
She's
enough
hanging
now.
around
They're both
outside
adults.
shouting. Come on.
I have done my bit. They are both legal to do absolutely everything now. Everything except drink in America, I think. Which is a bit weird, actually, because my daughter's moving
silly.
to... I haven't told you guys, my daughter's moving to America this year. So,
Oh, is she?
Wow.
What, with university?
yeah, she's doing Camp America in Pennsylvania. So,
Amazing.
Ooh, well done. Well done, Mills.
yeah. Well, she's kind of chosen that one, not because of its beautiful wildlife and its incredible waterfalls and Dingman's Ferry and all these fabulous mid-America type things. No, it's an hour and a half commute to New York City.
She's a clever girl.
Right?
She's a clever girl.
She's your daughter, isn't she?
She knows what she wants.
But I love them both equally. Just for the record, kids, if you're hearing this and need therapy in 4
They're not
years'
listening
time.
to this.
No, of course they're not. Who am I kidding?
Meredith, what was your favourite episode?
Oh gosh, it's such a tough one, and I always sort of the seasons always mix in with each other. It sounds really narcissistic to say the fashion lift, but not because I interviewed her, but because I'm such a massive fan.
We know that.
I totally fangirl, didn't I? But you know what? That aside, I really love that we tackle subjects that a lot of people feel uncomfortable talking about, such as grief. But we spoke about death. Oh God, we Loose Women had Toby Anstis on 2 days ago. We had him on last season talking about exactly the same topic. So we're just
We're ahead of the
trailblazers. Yeah,
Leading the way.
I couldn't pick a winner. Like I said, it is a bit like our kids. But for me, on a personal level, having Fran on, who I've literally been hassling for years to chat to, was really lovely. And it's downloaded so fast. I mean, so we're not alone in that.
Stephen, you mentioned your episode with Sarah. How was that to record? Was that quite a difficult... I mean, It must have been a very difficult topic to talk about.
It was a really difficult dynamic because, as you'll know from the previous episode we did with Sarah and her birth mother, Sue, Sarah is friends with Hayley, very good friends with Hayley, but we said that just to detach from that slightly, I would do the interview. But I kind of felt I knew Sarah, but didn't. But obviously she's fantastic, so there was an instant rapport. There was a moment for me, if not of awkwardness, because it wasn't at all awkward, but there was a moment of sort of was a shift in not in the mood. I'm trying to think of the word. Maybe the dynamic when we did have to start going from it's lovely to meet you too, to right, let's talk about the death that you've experienced in your life. Can you go into some detail? But then Sarah's fantastic. She knows what she's doing. She's a professional, and so she had planned. She had prepared emotionally, and she was brilliant. She was absolutely brilliant. And I think I've interviewed a lot of people over the years and thoroughly enjoyed the majority of them. But Sarah really did. She made it easy for me, but she also gave some of the best content I've ever heard in a podcast. And I think it was because it was such a, I say the word taboo subject, but an undiscussed subject. Like suicide. Shh, don't mention that word. It's so undiscussed that it was new and refreshing, which is quite a difficult thing to get in 2022. To think that we're finding new and refreshing things to talk about is unusual. But she was brilliant. The content was fantastic. The subject is a difficult one, but you can't have sunshine and rainbows all day. Sometimes it has
Most
to rain.
importantly, it also helped so many people. We got really wonderful messages, which is
We've had
look,
lots
at the
of
end
messages, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it is all about
I think
the
we
listeners.
forget that. Yeah, we forget that sometimes that there are people listening. That's really odd thing to say. There are
Amazingly.
people listening. Yeah, but you're whenever I've talked about being gay and being gay in the public eye and just being gay.
Are you gay?
I forget. Sorry, I meant. Can we just Jez, cut that bit, will you? I forget that there's a young queer person out there who's not come out yet and who's reaching out and listening. And there's somebody who is suffering with grief and loss and maybe doesn't have a friend or a family member that they can trust. So for us, I forget that we are doing our little bit just by talking about things, and that's it's good to stand outside and look back in again.
I've got a new entry. Well, not a new entry. I forgot that these episodes were this season because this season has been quite long because of Panto and Christmas and COVID and everything. But I think we definitely need to give a nod to Anna Johnston for tarot reading, because I then went on to have tarot and it literally changed my outlook.
Oh, the tarot was one of my favourite
Incredible.
ones as well. Fascinating.
A big shout out to Abbey Wright and Festival of the Girl, Natalie, who you interviewed,
Yes,
because they are going to be at Camp Festival this year, which is just mega, mega, mega. But
Wow.
on a personal level, a shout out to my old roomie, MG Leonard, who I forgot was this season. It feels like such a long time since we spoke. Award-winning author who is just going from strength to strength. They're bringing it to the stage, the screens, all her books. MG Leonard, she was... I can't remember what episode she was, but she was back in November. But yeah, Hayley, you had tarot as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I interviewed Anna. Fascinating, really fascinating. So many preconceptions that I had about tarot reading. She blew out the water, and it was really empowering and really uplifting. It was brilliant. I think the grief, talking about our favourite episodes again, I think the grief for me was, I think, a really important message, as you said, Stephen. Such an important subject. People need to keep talking about it. And actually, Joanna Sell, who I interviewed in season 1 when we talked about mental health, she said how important it was for people's mental health to talk about grief and just to normalise the conversations. And hopefully we did that.
Yeah.
I also really loved... Sorry.
Oh, I just wanted to read out a review while we're on the grief episode. This was a comment on one of our posts on Instagram. She said, that was such a good podcast, dealt with so sensitively. Everyone has different ways of dealing with grief, and this touched on so many points of how to deal with it and how to deal with grief in others. It was so nice to point out how sharing memories with other people who are so close to the person who has died. Loss is so hard and can make you feel so empty, and it's so hard to say the right thing. I felt so sad for Natalie being so upset. It's such an emotional time, and Meredith has summed up her feelings so well. Well done to all of you. So just hearing that and the other comments we've had, it was just so lovely. And don't worry about me, guys. I share my emotions very, very openly, more than most people. So I'm genuinely okay, and I feel
you did
so
break my
honoured
heart
to be
in that
able
episode.
to.
You did break my heart. And it was such a. And what I loved about your suffering. Sorry, I don't mean that, but actually,
No.
that grief came from empathy. It was
grief
completely
by proxy.
unselfish.
You
It was
could-
so
yeah.
unselfish grief. It was you grieving for someone who lost their lives in the most horrific way at the most awful time of year possible. And then, but it was more your concerns were how others around you were responding. And it was just, my
I think
heart
what-
broke for you.
But
Yeah.
what Natalie did for me was made me remember that there are people in my life. My best friend, I remembered her mother, but I don't just think about my own grief. I think about my best friend's grief and what must she be feeling, and how can I make it easy? How can I make it different? How can I help her remember, or how can I help her forget? And that's something, we're not just teaching people how to grieve, we're teaching people how to help other people grieve as well.
Yeah, and that's what was so great about that episode. I think that from the comments and from the reviews that we've had is that we got at it from all angles, which was incredible to listen back to as well. I've listened back to it recently, and it was beautiful.
Yeah, my uncle died the day before pretty much a couple of days before we recorded that episode. And I was still in that weird state of, I sort of had cried hearing the initial news, and then you sort of go into like a weird, almost like a protective limbo. And it wasn't until I don't want to get upset now, but it wasn't until my children said the realisation that we're not going to see him. I'm not crying on this last episode, it's ridiculous, put yourself together. But it was that I've just realised we're not going to see our uncle at a gig in March, and just things that he'd always be present at. And you almost feel like you take for granted, but his presence is just going to be such a huge, massive, vacuous hole of sadness,
But it's continuous, and that's what I loved about Sarah, is that we touched us not on the immediate, but then the years to come, because you don't go to a gig every day, do you, Meredith? You do it once a year. And you won't know until you're there. And it's like 10, 20 years after my grandmother died, I'm still, remembering things, thinking, oh, God, she died. It hurts still. And so I think, like I said, it's making people feel less alone during what is a horrendous time.
Yeah.
But come on, right.
Sorry.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, we should lighten the mood. It is the last episode of the season. And, I mean, it's terribly sad that it's bad enough that Hayley's going anyway. So, but I think we need to jimmy it up a bit with, we should probably tell the story maybe about how we all met. Have I interrupted you talking about something? Really?
No, I was just going to ask Natalie what episode was her favourite.
Oh God, yes. Sorry, Natalie.
Yeah, Meredith.
Fucking. Sorry, please, can you pick a cheerful one?
Yes. Yeah. No. Do you know what? We've all picked the ones that we have that we've recorded.
Dr. Yogi,
love him. Yeah, Andrew McGonagall. Loved it.
Oh, I loved
it. I just learned
sexy
so much.
voice as well.
Gorgeous voice. Yeah, but he was just so passionate and so smart and so good at what he does. I just learnt so much from that, and I've listened back to it since, and I just loved that episode. I think
Me too.
I loved how much you all fangirled over him as well.
Easily done that. But what I wanted to say about that, I was going to mention Dr. Yogi and the tarot episode, is both of those subjects were unknown to me, and I would never judge or go, you do tarot. Ugh. That was ridiculous. I don't do that. But what both of those episodes did was help me understand something that I don't necessarily pay much attention to. And those are subjects that people could often think is a bit fluffy and a bit silly, but actually they're not. They're healing. These things heal people and help them.
Absolutely.
And that's, again, it's another facet of this podcast, and what we're doing is bringing light to subjects that just don't get it and often get laughed at. And I was like Natalie, Dr. Yogi was just brilliant. I mean, I loved listening to your voice in it, but I love listening to him and your little fango as well. I love it when we fangirl.
I know.
You saw me after my tarot. I had a tarot session. You saw me after it, and my mind was in a completely different place. It was honestly, don't be frightened by things you don't understand. That's often why we don't like to embark, or it highlights something we're not doing. So it's best to leave it. I don't want to read about cold water swimming too much because I know I should be doing it, and I don't need to be reminded.
Get uncomfortable and do it.
No, I will. I am.
It.
No, I did watch a documentary
That's
on it.
growth.
I've got a wet dry suit, whatever they are. I've got one. I brought,
Just
I got
start
one
with
for
a couple of cold showers, babe.
Yeah, that's what my cousin does. That's what my cousin does. She said,
Just
"Do you know what?
start small. You don't have
Are
to
you-
get a
are
dry
you
robe
still-
and plunge into an ice bath. You just
Natalie, you still cold water swimming?
I haven't been recently because my
'Cause
membership
it's been cold."
because it's been cold. No, but my membership was like the pools close, the ponds close over a certain time. Anyway, I'm gonna go back. Ryan and I are like so determined to go back.
Yeah,
I don't
I'll
think
come
I
with
could.
you.
I don't think I could swim in a pond.
No, do you feel the bottom on your feet, or do you never
Oh,
put your feet down?
No.
What about
You never
Really?
put your feet
toes?
down. No,
I
there
feel
isn't.
like there
It's
was-
too deep.
There was a creature pulling me down and was going to
Oh,
leave me.
No.
Oh, you'll love
it's
this one.
So
I went-
freeing. It's so beautiful.
It's beautiful. I was in Loch Earn in Northern Ireland last year, and we were lake swimming every day. But we call them the grindelows, but it's just pondweed around the around the little jetty.
Yeah.
But I got a bit. It's really tough. It's like ivy, but I got some caught around my
I'd be
my
screaming.
ankle. It wouldn't let me go, and there was a moment of, I don't want to die this way. I don't. Not like this. Everybody knows I'm going to be run over by a Bentley.
No, don't. even say
No, I know it.
that.
I've known it since I was young. I don't want to die being dragged under by a Grindelow. And it was horrifying. But I'll stand with Natalie. Open water swimming and cold water swimming is so fantastic.
Well,
Yeah.
they said on this documentary, it's actually, you never feel more alive or centered. And when you come out, they said, just look around. Everyone was beaming. They were in a sense of euphoria, like the most amazing orgasm you've
Yeah.
ever had. My sister does it. She bodyboard. Is it bodyboard? She does it in.
Wakeboarder.
Wait for
Yeah.
this. She does it in Lake Coniston, which is the deepest lake in the country. Like the thought of what's under there, I just can't. It's that.
Oh, but I'd
fear. I
rather
don't-
there be like water, just pure water under me
but
than like
but
a
Natalie,
shallow.
what if you just got sucked into
mossy
the Earth's
mess?
core? Like that is what I
No.
think. Like
You
I,
just chill out, Meredith.
You need to go cold
the
water swimming,
dark,
Meredith.
the dark hole.
I sometimes have panic attacks when I'm in a swimming pool because
Yes,
I think
that you're
there's a
gonna go down
crocodile in the
instead of up.
bottom.
Oh.
No, I think there's a crocodile in the bottom after
Brilliant.
watching Return to Eden in the 80s TV series.
Piranha,
Oh, my
Piranha
God.
killed it for me.
No, I tell you what's done it for you
fish
two
in the-
is the 90s and whatever you took at those clubs, because
True.
there is no
Yeah.
crocodiles on swimming pools.
That's so true. Did
But
you see DJ Fat Tony's post this morning about it? I
DJ
missed the
Fatney?
Yeah, DJ Fatney. He said this morning, I miss the days when people used to rave with a cuddly crocodile and no one gave a shit. They just asked what its name was or if they could hold it. It's so true. No questions asked. Everything went. It was just brilliant. Yes.
Brilliant.
Maybe
I'm going
that
to come
is
with you,
it,
Natalie,
Hayley.
when you return.
Yes.
We'll show the
hamster.
birds.
Yes. Let's do
No,
it.
I grew up in literally stone's throw from the two Highgate Hampstead ponds. And I mean, we used to, well, if you see what goes on at Hampstead late at night, you wouldn't go anywhere near those ponds. But yeah, I think sort of horror stories walking around the woods with my mum, you know, like monsters and things. In my head, the ponds are a bit scary.
No.
But they're beautiful. It's such a beautiful thing. There's so many wonderful documentaries on Highgate Ponds and the way it gives people their life back and provides them with a community and a sense of purpose. And like on this documentary, that feeling of almost euphoria, being reborn as you come out of the freezing cold water. That's what I want to try. I want to feel
It's totally emotional. Everything around, for me, being in cold water and swimming in a lake is emotional. The feeling of not wanting to get in and fighting that urge and taking it's mind control. It's about
15 minutes though, they say. I can't.
Yeah, that's- you could
Natalie,
easily-
do you regulate, Natalie?
Well, you said 15 minutes. You don't have to. I
That's
asked
what they
one of the women
say.
Yeah, I asked one of them. So what I heard was that it's a minute per degree. So if it's 15 degrees, you stay in for 15 minutes. But apparently that's BS. You just have to feel it for yourself. Like if you're not doing well, get the fuck out. If you are and you think you can go a bit longer, but you're not really sure, maybe get out, maybe stay in for another 30 seconds and see how you're doing. Just
So do
feel
you
it. Just-
swim or bob?
I swim. If I bob, I just get too cold. You have to
Right,
keep moving.
yeah.
So I, in the coldest points when it was about 14 degrees, I think we did just one lap of the pond. It's not long, 1 or 2 laps. It was like 10 to 15 minutes in there, and got out. Yeah.
Do you wear a wetsuit or just a swimsuit? And do you rub goose fat all over your skin before you go?
Oh, no.
Whatever you get up to now, Hayley, in
Swimming
your
the
own time.
channel. That was such an 80s thing. Everyone in the 80s swam the channel. And
Covered in goose fat.
Goose fat.
No, they did, Hayley. I remember on Blue
They did.
Peter. I remember. It was like zinc. It was
Keeps
like
the warmth in, keeps the warmth in.
What's the stuff our kids? Everyone who's got a child will have had a child stick their hand in this and paint a room. Sudocrem.
Sudocrem.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what you cover yourself with before you swim the channel, isn't it?
I don't think you do, actually.
I genuinely think somebody did it as a kink once and others just followed.
Yeah. I don't know. I actually haven't worn a wetsuit or anything, but that's what's stopping me from going now because it's January. It's very cold. I think
Get
it's
a
like 9
Wylding
degrees.
Wear. Get a Wylding Wear. Hayley got her kids dry robes for Christmas, and I was super, super jealous.
What's
and
a dry robe?
There's big, like massive fleece lined.
Oh my God,
things that
they're
you wear
so
just as you get out of
cosy
the water. Yeah.
Or you
But,
can just wear them as a coat.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
they look great.
They're very, very, very bougie too at the moment. But I struggle with my knees, and also I've got so many big coats and things like that. And a friend of mine's have started up. Well, a friend of mine told me about this company, and it's actually been started up by Jamie Dornan's wife Millie and her friend Daniela, and it's Wylding Wear. And honestly, I bought one thinking, well, it might make me cold water swim, but it might also encourage me to go out with the dogs more. And I wore it for a walk the other day, and honestly, it's made me think, do you know what? The fear of being cold is probably why I haven't been swimming. That fear of, I'm never going to be warm again. Oh my God. And actually, I'm one step closer. So if you do have something like a dry robe or this Wylding, it's sort of like a wetsuit, but you wouldn't swim in it. But you're meant to put it on over your swimming costume the minute you come out the water.
Yeah.
But that's what they say, Natalie. You must have seen. Did the
I'm
dry
on their
robes
website now. It looks amazing.
Yeah, are dry robes quite warm if you just want to go out on a cold day, or are they more designed? Are they?
No, you can just wear them as coats. Where I'm from, on the coast, everyone has got them on. Just taking the dogs for a walk on the beach.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So
everyone
they're
just wears them as
windproof
coats.
as well, are they? I'm
Oh,
assuming?
yeah.
Brilliant. Okay.
Yeah. So
that's
get one of
that'll be-
those, Natalie. That's what you need.
Let's get in touch if they can sponsor us.
That's
Amazing.
your job.
Yeah. Okay. Hayley, we're going to talk to you about you're leaving us.
I know.
We're
The thing
so
is,
sad.
a podcast, people listen to it an hour and a half, but actually behind that hour and an hour and a half is hours and hours and hours and hours of work, as you will all be able to testify. And I've just got a couple of other things coming up, and I can't give it the time that it deserves. So I need to.
But you might
bow
pop
out.
back, mightn't you?
I might come and guest, I might come and guest. Because also, don't forget, listeners, we're not just a podcast, we are a T-shirt brand as well. So there's lots going on with Four Calling Birds. But yes, I have got a studio to refit, and I've got lots of stuff in the pipeline.
You've had your whole. I mean, you've
amazing.
recorded this entire season with builders round you as well. It's been a real test.
Sat next to me with their
Have
tea and
you?
biscuits. Yeah, it's
Are
been
you having your house renovated?
only partly. It's
Right.
we've had the loft sorted. Yeah.
Very
lucky.
exciting.
Yeah.
Very important question, because I made this error when we had our bathroom done. Do you have a portaloo for your builders?
No, I didn't have a portaloo for my builders.
Actually,
they
why do
didn't
builders
ever seem
arrive
to-
and poo in our?
Well,
I've had builders that
I was
literally needed a poo every hour.
Yeah, I had that when we had our garden done. There was one guy, I mean, he was as thin as a rake, but literally needed to use the toilet every hour. I went through so many
That's
candles. I was absolutely livid. It was like, fuck's sake, these are really expensive candles, but I don't have any other IKEA cheap ones left because you're literally doing so many poos a day.
And builders' poos stink worse than the rest.
I know, and I had to waste my diptyque candles. I was fucking livid.
I've got two poo stories about builders. I had one plumber that used to arrive and always literally be almost hopping on the spot while I opened the door and would just push past me. And that was so rude, in a flat in London. But the worst was we had a decorator a few years ago who the minute he started decorating, Jeremy and I both realised it was a terrible mistake. He was just basically a lonely old man that wanted company. But he used to always, just as he was leaving, go, "Oh, mind if I use your loo?" And then proceed to spend about 15 minutes in there, around the time my kids were coming home from school as well, laying out whatever there was, and then telling me about it, and then driving round the corner to his house. So I remember...
That's rude.
Yeah, really rude. And I remember... Jeremy and I, almost became a thing. We'd have to try and get him out the house before he realised he needed a poo. And I remember on the last day he was leaving and we were like, this is amazing. This is amazing. And he was walking down the path. Bear in mind, he lived round the corner. You didn't even need to drive, but he had all his paints and everything in there. That's why he drove. And he was walking down the path and I was just shut. Thank you. Yep. See you soon. Thank you. Never again. Go. Keep going. And he literally spun on his heels and went, "Oh, just going to use your amenities. I had a massive steak last night."
Oh, it's gone right through me. Fuck off.
Yeah, fuck off. And he got poo on my Lucy and my light switch. How do you even do that, you doddery old fuck?
I was just
Piss
about
off.
to say that I found shit on the light switches.
I knew Jeremy would.
absolutely
I
rotten.
knew.
Disgusting.
I hope you put that in his Trustpilot review.
Right, enough potty talk. Let's talk about guys, what are you going to be up to over the next few months, like until we come back for season 3? Can I kick us off? I just have to brag. I'm going to see Hamilton on Saturday.
Oh, you'll love it. I've seen it. It's amazing.
Are you? Have you? Oh, I'm so excited.
It's great.
Yeah, I've seen
You
it
know,
on Disney Plus, but
Yeah. Do you know what I also
Very
love,
important.
Natalie, is if you'd asked me, I could have got you a discount because Mark votes for Delphine McIntosh.
Oh, well, I'll have
Stop
that.
it.
I'll have that discount.
I'm so sorry.
Oh my gosh. Well, it was a present from Ryan's family for his birthday, so it kind of doesn't make a difference.
I'd be
to
more
me.
impressed if you were both in it, though. I'll be honest. What have you got work-wise plans? I mean, Ryan's got a big thing coming out, but what about you?
Sorry.
Yeah, thanks, Meredith. Oh wait, I just got that. I'm just.
We are gonna be talking about Ryan's big thing. So,
Excuse me. Yeah, we will. His job, not his anything else. I'm just cracking on, auditioning, voiceovering, getting
you're
those
doing
acting
sewing
gigs
bee
in.
again.
No, I didn't film it last year, so I think it's coming out. It will come out in a couple of months, but I wasn't on that one. They filmed it up in Leeds, so yeah. But because I was busy off in Italy doing a short film at that time. So
That's right.
when
You've
is
got
that coming out?
film. Yeah.
yeah, I'm not sure actually. Hopefully in the next.
Oh,
Couple
Natalie,
of
you're
months.
so terrible at your own PR.
I'm not though, because we don't get told this kind of thing. It's not like we just wait and that's not. I've done the job, you know, and when
Okay,
it comes
you're
out,
not
it
being
comes
vague.
out, and
Okay.
I'll promote it to fuck. So, yeah. Oh, I'm kicking off on TikTok. I'm gonna I'm
Yes, you are.
crack on with that.
You went viral, didn't you?
Well, I'm not sure it was viral. It was like 15,000 likes. I'm not
That's
sure
right.
if it was. Is that viral?
I think so. Yeah.
It was just me and Ryan being silly, really.
Very, very fun. I would definitely recommend. We'll put them in the show notes, but definitely recommend checking out Natalie and what's
Ryan?
what's that hottie called? Sorry, I called him something different. Natalie and Ryan's TikToks. I mean, I can be in a really bad mood, and I will click on your socials, and
Oh,
they do
that's
make me
sweet.
laugh. They really feel good and funny, and you don't take yourselves too seriously, which I love, because you're both gorgeous. You're both absolutely gorgeous, and you could be absolute wankers looking the way you do, but you aren't. You're both just lovely, and Ryan's super hot, and you don't mind us lusting after him.
No, I don't blame you.
She says.
You've said that quite a few times now. Meredith, there's going to be a movement after you in a minute.
My sister went viral last night, changing the subject.
Oh, yeah?
She went on Question Time, asked a brilliant question, it was turned into a meme, and now someone's done fan art.
Wow.
I love fans.
Yes, I'm going to send it all to you. It's brilliant. Yeah, my little sister, we all made her go on. She's the least political in the family. But because they were recording in Morecambe, where she lives, we were like, go on, apply. It would have been easier to join the Gestapo. Honestly, trust me, they really look at you. They went through her social media, which is why I would never be allowed on. Yeah, but she went on last night and she went viral. It was very, very, very funny. Sorry, digressing slightly.
What about you, Hayley? Are you going viral anytime soon?
With what? Every day.
My perimenopausal sweats.
I think there's something in that. I think it's very relatable.
Do you think?
Yeah, I think you should start TikTok. Are you on TikTok?
Yeah, I'm not. No, I'm not on TikTok, and I'm not about to be on TikTok.
Yeah, start. Go on, become a
No.
TikTok. Come and yeah,
No,
the
thanks.
menopausal mover or something.
No, it's not for me.
No.
It's not my bag.
Hayley and I are eternally grateful that camera phones didn't exist in the 90s.
So I'm just laughing at the idea of Hayley's
TikToking my menopausal sweats and moods.
Just signs on and goes, "Fuck me, I'm hot," and then just signs off again.
You know when you've got your phone open and it's open on the camera and you don't realise, and it's like
yeah.
I can just imagine that being your first TikTok. It's just like a video.
I mean,
of
I'm
your
a little
chin.
bit more tech savvy than that, but I just can't be arsed with it. I just can't be arsed.
It's a lot of work.
Like,
It is a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. I mean, yeah, Instagram is enough. It's like I've got other things to do.
You're not even that prolific on Instagram, are you?
No, I've got fans to stand in front of and cool me down.
I thought you were going to say I've got fans.
No, not that sort of fans. Electric fans.
Well, you have got your OnlyFans account, I guess.
Oh, yes, of course. I forgot about that. My handle is Heavy Hayley.
Hot and heavy, Hayley.
Oh, I might add that. I'm going to add that to it today. I might get a few new followers.
Do it. Brilliant. Do it. Oh, that'd be great. There needs to be more menopausal TikToks. That'd be wonderful.
Okay, I might start some then.
Unmute menopause. Bound to be
think
load
so.
of yeah. Oh, there's loads of pro menopause. Do you follow Lulu in Lululand? Or she's a brilliant advocate for menopause. I mean, she's mad as a box of frogs, but she just dances around in catsuits in the middle of.
Oh, can't watch people dancing. No, sorry, can't watch people dancing. Fucking annoys me. People dancing on social media in their kitchen, going, "Oh, I'm just doing a dance." It's like, fuck off.
But do you know what's
thank
worse?
you.
Do you know what's worse than watching it on TikTok is when you're out in public and some twat is doing it.
Oh, Instagram is in the wild. Influencers in the wild. It's brilliant.
Mark and I were in Birmingham last weekend, and we kept getting in the way of this girl trying to do it just to annoy her, which is a terrible thing to do because she might earn money from it. But I just thought you look like an idiot, and also you're setting unrealistic standards for young girls. But
What was she doing?
Just being an Instagram, you know what I mean. Posing
Yeah.
unnaturally, putting ridiculous faces to show that like she
filtering the shit out of
filtering it to fuck, wearing
Yeah.
a really expensive tracksuit which she can't afford. She got on, probably got on credit, but making out that she can afford it, and you should all be doing it too. Really bad, over made up face. I'm not picking on women here who wear makeup. I've no place to judge it, but when you can't tell the original person because there's so much polyfiller on, and she was only young. She was probably in her very early 20s, but it annoys me because I'm like, that's not a realistic standard. Stop it. Let your stomach hang out. Come on.
Yeah.
Be realistic.
Yeah.
There are
Anyway,
loads of profiles these days that are like that. I come across them all the time, and I think it's just fucking great that people can just show their bodies as they are, and more and more youngsters are looking at that and realizing that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do have a responsibility, especially as older women. If we're filtering ourselves to fuck and airbrushing, and it's really irresponsible. But for our children's generation, I want Amelia to grow up and know that she can remain youthful looking by just looking after herself, eating healthily,
more water,
drinking loads of water, doing lots more sport, exercise, just being in a happier mindset. I just need to. When she finished her, she got a first. Can I be a proud mum? She got a first.
well done.
She got a first in her human rights module. But when she's just done that, she's glowing, and I don't want her to think, "Oh, I've spent 20 years drinking prosecco, and gin, or now I'm just going to use filters. No, I want her to look good.
So I actually want to ask you, Meredith, because on the For Calling Birds Instagram account, you posted a really interesting photo of Jennifer Aniston in her 50s and ladies in their 50s now, and a photo from, was it the Golden Girls from the 60s or something?
It was,
and they were the same age.
It was Sex and the City,
Sex
and the
And
City
Just Like
girls.
That.
And
Oh,
Golden
okay,
Girls.
that's it. Yeah.
That's right. So the girls in And Just Like That, which is the spin-off from Sex and the City, are older than the cast of the Golden Girls when that came out. But yet, back in the 80s, if you were 55, you started wearing caftans and having short haircuts like that. And you know what my mum said? My mum said, "Oh no, I much preferred the way those women looked in the 80s, so glamorous and chic with their short hair. No, Sarah Jessica Parker looks like she's holding on to her youth." So I love what Sarah Jessica Parker's doing, and I intend to hold on to my youth and have long hair for as long as I can. But my mum is of the generation that actually you should grow old gracefully, and she thinks still the Golden Girls are doing it the right way. But I thought they were in their 80s.
Yeah,
I literally thought they
because
were in
that's
their
what we
80s.
know
But
now.
aren't they growing old gracefully though? Sarah Jessica Parker is growing old gracefully.
I
looks
think she is.
fantastic.
Yeah, but
I think they all
It's
are.
not like she's
But there's
I
a
think
bunch
they
of
all are,
Daily
times
Mail.
change and think
there's a
popular
bunch
things
of,
change. I think
Absolutely,
yeah.
but there is always going to be the
They were
Daily
beautiful in their
Mail,
own right.
Julie Burchill, women-hating journalists who will never look as good as Sarah Jessica Parker, so will shame her for wearing clothes that a 20-year-old will wear. That's how women work, unfortunately. That's really sad. If women feel that there's a competition or they don't look that good, they will then make a big hoo-ha about how young Sarah Jessica Parker looks, basically. That's
Some
human
women.
nature.
Some women, let's just say that, not
Oh,
all
yes. No, but literally, my mum is a classic example. She won't mind me saying that. You know, anything like that, I think she'll feel a bit weird. Oh, no, grow old gracefully. Don't do that. And actually, we should... Well, who wrote the rule book?
I think they're all growing old gracefully though. That's what I'm. I think they both look beautiful. I think if I was living in the whenever it was 60s, when was it? 50s. I don't know, 70s. If I was living then,
80s.
I think they
It was the
looked
80s.
beautiful. I would think they look beautiful, the 80s. And I think Sarah Jessica Parker and all of them look beautiful now. So I think things change and
I got to say though,
and we've
I
all
think the
got
Golden
our own
Girls,
views on what beauty is.
they look really comfy,
Yeah.
don't they?
They look like women in Florida who play golf a lot.
They look really comfy in those caftans.
It was Dorothy, played by Bea Arthur. Nothing clinged, and I thought, how glorious. Nothing clingy ever. She could just sashay in and out and not worry about, whether her stomach was a bit big.
I was
that
Blanche
week,
Devereaux in my head. Definitely
You
always
were Blanche
a
Devereaux in bed
Devereaux.
as well, apparently.
I was on a boat with her once in the British Virgin Islands.
What?
Yeah,
Really? With Blanche Devereaux?
yeah.
Rue
I was doing that
McClanahan.
thing. I was doing that thing with my eyes where I was looking ahead, but trying to look sort of behind me and to the left. And I got such bad eye strain and a headache because I didn't want to tilt my head to get a good view of her. I was trying to sort of surreptitiously see what she was doing and listen to a conversation because I was so starstruck.
Oh, I
It's
would
like,
be.
Hayley, you've given yourself a migraine just because you wouldn't move your neck like 2 notches.
Oh, I'd be really, really, really starstruck seeing Blanche
I was
Devereaux.
totally starstruck. I was like,
Oh. So Meredith, what's coming up for you? What's going on in the near future?
Well, you lot take the piss about me name dropping all the time.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
you are not alone. You are not alone in that. Often I'm tagged as a bit of a name dropper, and rather than sort of get the hump over it, I actually thought, do you know what? I'm going to call all my name drops and ask if they'd like to come on a podcast with me. So I will be doing a little season in the forecalling, but we haven't even, Jeremy's been so busy, we haven't even started editing or anything like that. We've recorded them, but that's just been me out in the shed. The beauty has been they're musicians and have weird timings, so we've been able to record at sort of 11 at night and things like that. But yes, it's called The Diary of a Name Dropper. It's a podcast, and my first guest is Jack Savoretti.
Oh my gosh,
Do you
is
know
he your
him?
cousin?
Yeah, no, yeah.
Wow.
Did you
That's
record
it,
in
that's pretty
Switzerland?
Yeah, we recorded in Switzerland whilst drinking his Portofino gin. So that's why we did it. I was telling him about it actually, and he went, "Dude, do it. That sounds so funny. That sounds really cool. Do it." And actually, I was worried that the name would put people off, thinking, "Oh, I don't want to come on and name drop," because name droppers are meant. Look at the Urban Dictionary definition of a name dropper, and it's someone who's got no friends who pretends they've got friends. You know, it's not a very nice thing to be classed as, but actually. It is, as you will know, Natalie, in the world of showbiz, a vital, and you, Stephen, my God, everyone name drops. It's anecdotes and acquaintances. You get to where you are by who you know, and so many people have got some really brilliant name drop stories without realising. I've interviewed Ali Bastian and her husband David. Ali was on Strictly. She's got some brilliant name drops, but not because she's a name dropper, just because that's her life. Her best friend's married to someone in Westlife. So it's really fun. It's a really fun series. So I've waffled on too much about it, but I'm proud of it. And hopefully Jeremy will find the time to edit it and it will come out before season 3 of Four Calling Birds. But that's my plan. But I'm not the only one that's been busy chatting.
I think we now know what Jeremy's plans are. We don't. He'll be in his shed.
Well, I know, no, but he's got, look, honestly, he's got so much on. I think I'm going to have to learn to edit. I think that's the bottom line. I think I'm going to have to not be relying on producer Jeremy. But he's been brilliant, and it's been done completely virtually as well. So thank you to producer Jeremy for enabling that. And
Remotely,
for enabling...
not virtually.
Isn't that the same? Oh, I don't know. Remotely. But actually a big shout out to producer Jez from all of us, I think. I know he's my husband, but he has
doing
not only...
incredible job.
So we do an hour's recording. That is 4 different hours of 4 different audios he has to sit through before he can even start editing. And we talk a lot of waffle.
It's a wonder he actually likes us at all. Really.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah. So,
Right.
but that's quite, but that's hopefully, but also really trying to work and keep earning money doing my PR thing as well, because that's, podcasting is just a little vanity project, one would say, I think.
Amazing. So, Stephen, are you also doing a podcast? So I hear.
It's interesting that you should say that. So coming up for me is I'm very pleased to be working on season 2 of my podcast, Feed My Curiosity.
Yeah, you've had mega guests.
So I'm really excited because I did my first interview yesterday, and I've got another one coming up in 2 weeks. So we're already into recording. But we're just saying, just to sort of echo what Hayley said earlier about, what essentially turned out to be 8.5 hours of total audio took around 500 hours of work. So yeah, it's hard work, but it's worth it. So yeah, that started already.
Are you allowed to say who you've got?
I'm not yet, because I don't have a sponsor yet. I've got to wait until I have my sponsor.
Okay.
Before I
Are
can
you allowed
announce.
to say who people can hear from last series, obviously?
Of course. So if you tune into Feed My Curiosity season 1, opens with Sarah Hadland, actor and comedian. I'm trying to think now. Sarah Hadland, Lee and Charles off of Bake Off, Tara Lynn O'Neill from Dairy Girls. I'm trying to think in the order. Dr. Ranj.
Ranj.
Dr. Ranj. Gorgeous Dr. Ranj.
Gorgeous
He
Dr.
smells
Ranj.
like expensive candles.
He
That's
looks
what it
like
is.
he smells like he looks like he smells good.
does.
He looks like I could
who's
eat
that?
off him.
Dr. Ranj. I'm trying to think now. So we had
Tracy
Tracy
Ann
Ann
Oberman.
Oberman,
Prue as well.
Prue Leith, Charlie Condu, and Nicola
Nicola
Coughlan this season. Yeah, it was a fantastic start, and I am so excited to get
And you make
back
them all a
onto it.
cake, don't you?
Yeah, so the premise of the
Oh,
podcast
wow.
is we make a cake with their I make a cake of their choice. It becomes a topic of discussion, but we talk about their food, their life with food. So whether it's a like or a dislike, we do a quick fire round, and it's fascinating to learn because what you might know about a favourite celebrity from what you learn from Heat magazine, for example, is nothing in comparison to what their food life is all about. And so it's another facet to our favourite people. So that was the idea of it.
You have 5-star reviews. I just wanted to point that out. 5-star
very-
podcast.
I'm very
Pressure's
proud
on.
of it. Yeah, it was a great project, and I'm glad that I'm doing another season. And then next season of Four Corny Bears, I'll be announcing something very exciting with Feed My Curiosity. So I'm not saying anything now because I don't jinx it.
But I love how we all like. I love how this has given you the confidence to go off and I would never have considered doing a podcast. I mean, it was Hayley, let's be honest, Hayley and Jeremy working together is probably where this all, the loins, it. Do you think, would you say, Hayley, do you want a little background on
Well, yeah, Jeremy
we
and I
met?
used to do we all used to work for a
work
with
volunteer,
at a radio station.
which we won't name
which-
because we'll all get sued and cease and desisted.
So anyway, needless to say, we're not there anymore. But Jeremy and I had a show that we used to do together. And then after we left the radio station, I thought it would be a nice idea to do a podcast. So came up with a few ideas, contacted you guys, and Four Calling Birds was born.
Yeah.
Oh, yay.
Your show that you used to do with Jeremy, I would love you guys somewhere down the line to recreate that for a podcast because it was the chemistry between you both was so, I don't know if it's a Welsh thing, I don't know, but the kazoo playing.
That was legend. Even if we were told to cease and desist.
You were told to cease and desist, which is obviously because you were so good and it was a threat to professional kazoo players around the world. Honestly, your episodes there was usually a good 10 minutes of just corpsing, which I love. I love when people corpse on TV. It's my favourite thing to watch. So, it was absolutely brilliant. I'd love to see you guys back on air again. Get Jeremy out of the editing suite.
But
Yeah,
a
it was
lot of
great
that is
fun.
carried over to Four Calling Birds because, again, as editor and producer here, whilst, yes, there's a fair few hours of talking, there's often a fair few hours of fucking about and laughter.
Yeah, there's a lot of fucking about.
Trying to close an episode. I mean, what was that, half an hour? I was on mute and I was corpsing at Hayley trying to close the episode and just sort of trying to say it and go, why is everyone giggling? And it's like, sorry, like them being told off.
I was getting
So
really cross.
I think that chemistry is one of those things that's been so beautiful with Four Calling Birds is that we all sort of know it. We don't really know each other. This is the thing. We all sit in separate locations. We record.
Well, Hayley and I
remotely.
do. She is the godmother of
Well, you
my...
do, yeah.
I'd
We've all
like to
gradually got to
think
know
I
each
know her
other,
a bit.
But working together as such, even at the radio station, we were still remote. So we've never all sort of been in the same studio to record or anything. And I think it's an absolute credit to all of you, and especially you, Hayley, as well, is that the chemistry that all four of you have, and the way that the honest conversations would just flow, and then to sort of flow from the honest conversations to the bit of piss taking to each other. It's just it's been an absolute joy for me.
And
to,
I've
to
never
be part
met
of.
Stephen or Natalie.
No.
We've got to
Crazy.
do it.
Yes.
We've got to do
So
it.
that's
Never seen
that's
their
so-
beautiful faces in
We're
real
all-
life.
We're all going to go swimming in Hampstead Ponds very soon.
Right,
We'll
that's
Can we
summer
get a
plan.
boat? Go and hire a boat.
Oh my gosh.
Can we? No, can we? I want to get a boat, a barge out for the day. I've always fancied and wondered what it's like living on a boat.
maybe do that.
And
I'd
yeah.
get seasick.
Meredith, having been in a car with you, I recommend you don't captain a boat.
I won't steer. I'll just take photos for Instagram. But I really want to go on a boat. I've never been. We live in Tring.
Off you go then.
Surrounded by
They're great fun.
Go on a boat. Oh, talking about Tring, I'm reading Baxter Drury's book at the moment.
Oh yeah, he went to Tring. He hated it.
Shay's long. Yes, he
Fucking hated it.
absolutely slagging off Tring.
I know, it's brilliant. I love it. And I quoted him.
Baxter Drury, he's Ian Drury's son.
Hit me
musician.
with your rhythm stick. Hit me. Hit me.
Gotcha.
I once went to a party in. Oh look, I'm name dropping now in Baxter Drury's flat.
I love it. Carry on the name drop. I want all your name drops. Come on, can you actually give me your best name drops?
I think
on.
that's.
I
probably
had a
it,
chat
actually.
with Mark Wahlberg on set. Yeah, I had a good chat about the weather. It was great.
I stopped and talked to Sam Smith for a couple of minutes at Pride.
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
yeah. You see, we've all got them. We've all got our
Oh,
little
yeah.
name drops / anecdotes. But yeah, Baxter Drury hates Tring. Has a very similar opinion.
He's.
of it.
I'll find some of the brilliant quotes. Actually, it's very funny. I think he said something like it's not a poor area, but it is poor of culture.
Culturally,
And-
yeah.
gosh.
Yeah. No, but I have to agree.
Yeah, but
I
all
have
we've
to
got is the
agree.
Museum of Death, the world's largest collection of white
Museum of
supremacist taxidermy. Come on, it's an old Rothschild town. I did say to Mark yesterday about living together at some point, and we were talking about areas. And I said, "Oh, you moved to Tring." He went, "Oh, you don't know me at all, do you?" Yeah, that's not.
Oh,
Now, I
birds.
have got a little... Hayley, you said about some fans. I'd just like to say you have got some fans. And I thought, actually, to close us out, actually, if you want to sort of, start doing your goodbyes, I've got a sort of little male voice choir lined up to sing us out. So you can sing along if you like, if you know the words, or you can just hum along. And the same
Where
applies
can we
to the
find the
listeners as well.
words? If we, what's the name of the song? Can I Google? Because my Welsh is great if I read it.
By all means, please do. Hayley, do you want to pronounce it?
Okay, you press play then, and I'll sign off.
Was it Land of Our Fathers?
That's the one. Yes, indeed.
Oh, I'm going to Google the words. Are we all joining in to sing?
Please do.
I mean, it's your choice. Vladan Hardine.
Oh, wow. This
Makes
is
me
something.
cry.
This is just a rugby match.
No, they're outside. They're outside the studio. I promise you. Go on. All say your farewells over the choir. I don't care.
What bit we at?
Emotional.
Oh, Hayley, we're going to miss you. Season 3 will not be the same without you.
Oh,
Birds, this last episode
this is
has been
absolutely...
a blast. Oh, there we go. That's better. Oh,
Shut
Run them
up, you
down.
Welshmen.
Beautiful.
Tell you what, Walthamstow's come to a standstill.
Glad. Did Jeremy just turn it up then to drown out my voice?
He did a little bit, yeah.
No, they got nearer. The men.
I'm trying to keep them back. I'm so sorry. They're very big.
What does it mean?
Oh, I don't
Just
fucking
in
know.
life. What does it mean?
Land.
I am true to my land.
Land of
or
my
something.
fathers.
I'm a patriot and I'm true to my land.
Come on, everyone, rousing finale. And if you want to
I've
make
sent you
your
all the
way,
lyrics.
if you want to make your way to the windows in the studio, we'll give the crowd a wave now. There they are.
Come on, Wales!
Hayley,
Hayley.
come on. Come and give one last goodbye to the fans. They're waiting out here for you. Here they are.
Oh,
Here she is.
Love you. Mwah. Oh, flowers.
Daffodils.
Diolch.
Yeah.
And this episode...
Oh, Meredith, they saw you there.
Oh, sorry, lads. Can I just say something, boys? Boys, keep it down. Keep it down. I do have it on very good authority, also saved into my camera roll, that there is a picture of Hayley in a Welsh maid's outfit.
Oh, I bring that
Circling.
out every St. David's Day. It's my pride and joy.
That I need for our socials. Everyone needs to
Okay.
see it. It's my favourite photo of you. It might even be
think
on
it
your
might-
phone.
I think it might be my favourite photo of myself
It's
as
so
well.
brilliant. It's so brilliant.
Just want to say a really quick thank you to all of our listeners for this final episode of season 2 for Calling Birds, and thank you for listening to all the other episodes. And if you haven't, rewind yourself back and catch up. And thank you to all of my amazing guests, everyone that I've chatted to for season 1 and season 2. You've all been amazing. I love you all. Bye bye.
Love you, Hayley.
Bye. We love you, Hayley. And we'll be back in season 3. Keep an eye on socials, and all the information will be in the show notes.
Hi there, it's producer Jeremy here. I thought I'd be a little bit sneaky and put in some of Hayley's best bits at the end of this episode. Seeing as it's the last one, and he seems fair and right, doesn't it? Check out this one. Hayley nearly pissing herself when Dr. Range drops in and asks a question.
Dr.
I love Dr. Range.
Oh my God!
I've got such sweaty palms.
Oh, bless.
All the time that Hayley nearly had a coronary, taking part in our live bake-along.
I'm just pressing. Hold on, I'm just pressing.
Don't
down.
panic,
I'm very
Hayley. I'm just worried that you are
conscious.
going to have a coronary in the middle of making what essentially is
panic.
just a dessert.
Oh God!
Okay, so what what Hayley has done rather...
commitment to the cause. I mean, the whole...
I love it too.
so
I'm
much.
just not sure if she's baking or racing. What Hayley's done very, very, very quickly with a sweat is she's just gently compacted. Well, actually, she's probably compounded it into a lump.
Dogs. Hayley loves dogs.
Let's do these
do
little
that?
bits here, yeah, and then we'll do the questions, yeah?
All right, okie dokie.
Okay, go. Oh, fuck off, dogs. Not you.
Sorry.
And something I'm definitely going to miss about Hayley the most is her wonderful patient manner with my wife.
Yeah, go on then.
Hang on,
Go.
I've forgotten what I'm saying. Hang on.
If it
What am I
hasn't
saying?
got to do with Switzerland, she's not fucking interested.
And if you want to listen to some more of Hayley's best bits, go and check out all of the other episodes. They're available now on all good podcast providers. Lots of honest conversations that give you all a voice. And we'll be back with more of that in season 3.